The month of March is Women's History Month and a great time to talk about women and money. According to a recent MarketWatch article, 76% of women are not on the right track when it comes to being ready or planning for retirement. Richmond money expert J.B. Bryan is here with an important checklist for us today. I see you over there shaking your head. That's so right, so right. We talked about the fact that when you're just beginning your career, that's also a great time to be thinking about retirement, even if it's decades away.
You must, because people use the word retirement as an excuse to not save for their future. So I really think we should focus on being financially independent as women. And if you think that retirement is way off, because you never know when you might have to switch jobs, change jobs, or have a new goal, or get married or go through a divorce. So women have to constantly think about being financially independent and saving for their future.
And the mindset has changed because a generation ago, companies had pensions, you had special retirement plans. Now we're responsible for our own retirement and taking care of ourselves, because Social Security was never designed to be your retirement plan, your total retirement plan.
Even the federal government has put more responsibility on their employees to save for their retirement. So there's much more of a push towards saving on your own and having a match, even from the federal government and on the state level and the local government level as well. There's more responsibility on you, which people in the corporate community have always realized that they have to make sure that they participate in the work plans that are available to get the benefits of the match that the corporations have for them.
So what's the big mistake that we make?
The big mistake is that all too often, and specifically with women, unfortunately, they use their retirement account like a checking account, like a bank account. And they allow their friends, their family, and even themselves to take out withdrawals from their retirement account for unnecessary things.
And the thing is, even though that's our money, we have to pay it back.
You have to pay it back. There's a lot of times you face tax penalties for what you did. Women are more likely, unfortunately, to go through a job change and take the money out. Not more likely to go through a job change, but to take the money out when they go through a job change, and to have to start over every time they switch jobs. So you have to take your retirement money very seriously, that this is untouchable. So the big mistake is touching your money while you're still in the accumulation phase of your life.
And the key too is, even if you're married, you need to have some individual money as well for your retirement, because we never know what's going to happen.
Yes, and when you're married, you need to realize that each of you will one day stop working. Each of you need to eat. So it's hard for one member of the family to take care of both people, and having a 100% of the responsibility for taking care of you on one person is a lot of responsibility. So there's even ways where you can set up retirement accounts for a spouse that's not working. Because so even if they're staying at home with the children during a 10-year, 15-year period, you can still put money away for them. So you need to investigate the retirement planning options, investment options, and tax-deferred options for these people, for your spouse that may not be working, but you still need to save for them.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
And the other thing we want to do too is make sure that we're spending down our debt, getting rid of that debt, because that's another expense that we don't want to have when we're living on probably a lesser income.
Very good point, because when you're on a fixed income, things do happen. So if you have your debts paid off as you go into retirement, then you have one less thing to worry about. You'll know that I don't have debts. So even though we know things happen, you'll be able to manage with the fixed income, because retirement is quite a journey. Sometimes 10 years, sometimes 35 years that people are living off a fixed income.
We mentioned Social Security, and it's important to kind of look at your own personal money and see how much you're going to get. A lot of people are surprised when they find out the actual amount that they're going to get in Social Security.
Very much on point. Women need to consider getting their Social Security later in life, maybe working past 62, even though you may be eligible for your Social Security. Is it the appropriate time? The longer you wait, the higher your check will be. And with many women depending on Social Security for 25 to even 60% of their retirement income, being relying on their Social Security for that big portion of your income, the longer you wait, it could be better. It could help you a lot.
And if you're a married woman, there are different ways you can claim. You can claim based on your own employment record, or you can claim based on your husband's employment record.
Very true. And if you're a widow, you have even more options and more things for you to think about. So definitely go to socialsecurity.gov and look at the options. Talk with a financial advisor about your options. Don't just jump into Social Security. Take that leap, take that step very seriously.
And just very quickly, we want to talk about where you're going to live when you retire, because a lot of people move, and that's another big expense.
Oh, you're so on point. Yes, and I'm like, what an example. Yes, indeed. We need to think about a plan for that. If you've decided, because your living expenses are a big part of your retirement. So if you decided that you want to change where you live, make a plan for when am I going to move? Try to move when you're young so that you can participate, because it's grueling and it's a change, and you can't save money, but you have to plan.
I'm going to start saving for my beach house now. Thank
There
you, JB.
you go.
Some great money tips from JB every Wednesday at noon and on select Saturdays at her office on West Air Parkway.